You know what's a fun?
These are the morning announcements at Fill in the Blank Elementary High.
Today's birthdays.
Today's birthdays are the forecast. For lunch, we'll be having Crispitos with cheese. And younger.
Ew.
That was the best. Oh, is that
Chris
Show the
Evans?
Screen? That's Chris Evans. He's got a mustache.
Ugh.
Mustache is a no.
No mustache. So much better.
Oh, he shaved it.
Yeah. He had it and then he got rid of it. When it goes all the way up to your nostrils, it gets very, like, that's like in his nose.
I can't do that.
Undo it. Yeah, yours isn't like.
No, I mean, I when my mustache starts to get long, I start to lose my mind because it's like up in my nose.
Yeah, when it's all the way up, it's very porn stash.
Yes. So hi.
This morning I saw a very thick white woman at the coffee shop and I posted her on my Instagram story and all of the boys are in my DM like, damn, shit, thick as fuck. And I'm like, I know, guys.
You quite literally could have set a cup on top.
Yeah, her shit was fat and it was up and it was like, whew.
And then she wasn't. She was like,
yeah, but she had a little front, like a little, she was all right. She was thick. She was thick.
Thickums.
Thickums. I liked it.
It looked good. She looked good.
If we ever figure out how to edit for real, I'll pop it up right here. We'll just insert it. This is really dusty and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's embarrassing. My house is clean, guys, I swear.
It's always clean.
This is a beautiful bouquet of flowers that my friend Bria got me for Mother's Day. And if Max would slide over, there's another bouquet right there that I got for Mother's Day.
Oh, let's redo that. There you go.
And there's another bouquet right there that my husband got me. And the one my best friend Ashley got me is upstairs in my art room. So shout out all the people for getting me flowers because I'm a mother.
I'm a mother.
I'm a mother.
My mom, I called her and I was like, hey, do you want to go out to lunch for Mother's Day? And she goes, nope. Like, I'm just going to take a nap and then garden in a little bit.
I feel like Mother's Day, right now, because my son is still young, since he's only 6, I feel like I still want him to, like, Mother's Day and, like, be cute. And I'm going to let him do all of his kid things for me. But once he hits, like, 9, they got to get out. Or I got to get out. Like, when we wake up on Mother's Day, you all immediately get dressed, get in the car, and get the fuck out. Or I will immediately get dressed, get in the car, drive to a hotel, and get the fuck out.
And spend the day
and spend the day there. I don't want anyone to talk to me or touch me or look at me or say my name at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's how my mom does it.
Fully understand your mother.
For all parties.
I saw so many videos that were like, you know what you should do on Mother's Day? Leave her the fuck alone. And I was like, church.
That's what they want.
God.
They want a day where they're not mom.
Fuck them kids on Mother's Day, honestly. Like, fuck them kids. Kid. I don't want anyone to touch me at all. You know, have you seen that movie with Tina Fey and Steve Carell and they're married and they end up, like, it's like a mistaken identity and I forget the name of that movie.
Yeah, it's like date night.
Yeah. She goes, when he asked her about her fantasies, she was like, I want to get a hotel room and I want to sit in it with an air conditioner and drink a diet Sprite. And I don't want anyone to touch me or talk to me for the entire day. That is what I fantasize about. And I was like, I've never related more to an emotion.
My favorite time is when I'm by myself.
I get anxious though because I miss little man like quickly.
You're like, I really just needed a half an hour.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I could do like 4 hours is what I need. I need 4 hours a day where nobody's talking to me. So like now, like Nolan goes to the gym every day, so that's nice.
Nolan goes to the gym, little man's at school.
Yeah, and I'm like,
and then I call.
That's fine though. That's my time. That's our time. Don't touch me on Mother's Day is my point.
Well, then there's some, I've asked a couple mothers over the weekend because we got into this conversation at the bar. Like, I was like, what's Mother's Day to you? And this one girl's like, well, my husband's putting in the sex swing. That's what Mother's Day is for me. Like, getting given.
I'm not going to lie. Ashley called me at like 10-ish on Mother's Day. And when we got off, her phone hung up or something. It got disconnected. And I texted her and I was like, I'm about to get this coochie ate like it's Mother's Day. So don't call me back.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
No, I mean, that's part of
The
it.
moral of the story is so not about the kids at all.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
you little man's in that fun age where
He's cute.
he's bringing you home.
Yeah, like
handmade
macaroni
stuff. Yeah.
cards, and he wants to be cute, and that's fine. And also, I have like
I'm gonna make you do like all my art templates for my classroom, so for projects and stuff, so they're not like. There's so many that teachers just print out because they're like this will be easy, and
So you're
I
gonna
did something for Mother's
put me to
Day.
work.
No, I mean, for an idea, and then I'm gonna take that idea into my classroom, and you also will be there, yes.
I really want to decorate your classroom with you. Whenever
Yeah,
you
I
do
know.
that.
There's so many regulations though now that it's like sometimes. I mean, like a lot of schools are getting grants to get their stuff redone, and then it's like, hey, no more hanging up stuff. Like this goes there, this goes there. You have a smart board. Everything's like purple, and then everything's gray. Like all the things. It's starting to look more like a prison. And you walk in, and you're just like, where is like the individuality in all these teachers? Like, and they
don't like
want
that.
it. It's like because I know I've always been so excited to set up a classroom, but it'll depend on where I land my feet. Like you can do your own like little tiny decorations, but
You
it's
need to
not
land
as-
your feet at a charter school or a magnet school where you don't have public school
I
regulations.
know, but then that's where it gets tricky with pay, and also charter schools can just be shut down if they're not up to.
What about like a private school where they're like, we study outdoors and our kids eat
Again,
cauliflower
Depends
pizza?
on the pay.
Well, I feel like a school like that would be more expensive. Where they're like, we don't say the N word and they don't mean nigger, they mean no.
Maybe no.
Like the moms on Working Moms in the play circles.
Do you know
We don't use
preschools
the
like
N-word.
the preschool teachers are like they're trained to not like you can't be like, oh good job kiddo, like good job. You have to be like, oh I really liked the way you used purple or something like that, but you can't be like that was awesome, you did great.
Why?
I don't know, it's weird to me. Like
They don't want a positive reinforcement, children.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they don't like positive reinforcement.
But then that's how we have to discipline now is positive reinforcement.
They're getting it backwards.
Yeah, so we gotta be like, hey, I know you're struggling. What's up? I don't know. And I'm like, put him on the wall.
Fucking little man.
Go to the wall at recess and you will not ever act
Will
up
not
again.
act up. Little man came home the other day and was like, my whole class doesn't get to go on the field trip. And I was like, what? And he was like, we can't go. We're getting it canceled because we were naughty and we had to have our head down for 8 minutes. And I was like, I don't think she really canceled the field trip.
For 8 minutes.
We would know if and he was distraught. And
Classic
I was like,
tactics.
I know. And I was like, good for you, Miss Cooper. Take that field trip away so those little fuckers are act right.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Every day he comes home and he's like, everyone but me was being naughty and we had to have our
Everyone
head
but
down.
me.
Yeah, it's
I
never
was an
him.
angel always.
But she did say though during his conferences, she was like, he's so quiet, like in class, like when he's so quiet because he doesn't like he's very scared to like get in trouble.
Mm-mm.
So like and I'm like, oh, my kid's a pussy. I have to tell him
No.
all the time though.
He's so polite and well mannered.
He is well mannered, but I feel like we keep trying to tell him like somebody pushed him or something on the playground or like bumped into him or I don't know. He was distraught about it. And I was like, if somebody pushes you and you don't like that, you can tell them I don't like it when you do that. But if they continue to do it, push them back. And he's like, no, I'll get in trouble.
That was mean.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, sometimes especially at that age, getting in trouble is like.
He also lies his ass off though. Like I never
He's been a little
know.
fibbing.
Yeah, I
He's
never
been a
know
little
if
fibbing.
what he's coming home and telling me is accurate because he will just make some shit up. He came home one day, I wasn't even out of the car line yet, and he was like, bleep, kicked me in my face. And I was like, kicked you in your face? And he's like, elaborate story. Kicked him in the face 6 times. He tripped. It was the most, when I tell you, I was like, I'm about to turn around. Where the fuck is this little girl? I'm about to whoop her ass. Like, I was pissed. And I was like, Nolan, I need you to tell me exactly what happened. And he was like, I was joking. And I was like,
Gotcha.
I was about to go fuck that school up. You can't joke about stuff like that. That was at the beginning of the year. So I think he's learned his lesson, but he just be lying about shit. And then he'd be like, I was joking. Prank.
It's like when kids discover lying.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe they think they invented it. I don't know. But then they just start lying about the dumbest things.
He lies about so much. He lies about everything.
My dad's got 1,000 trucks at home with 30 speedboats. So
when I was little, I told my neighbor that my neighbor told me that his dog turned into a Pokemon at nighttime.
And you totally...
I believed every word of it.
Ate it right up.
And you know, remember when you were little and like the hose would be down on the ground, like on the driveway or something, and you'd like play with the water because it would be like, oh, you can do things in the water that's like coming down. I was like, I'm a waterbender.
Look at this.
Waterbender. You can't do that.
Let's take that. Waterbending is my dream. No, I'd rather be a wizard.
Yeah, for sure. Are you shitting me?
Do stuff with water.
Oh my god.
I know, but just... Okay, so out of the bending, the four.
I'm not well versed in Avatar.
So you got fire, earth, air,
wind,
yeah, and water.
And what do they get to do?
All the same thing, just different. Well, I guess if you're an earthbender and you master your honing your skills, then
you like make shit grow?
You can bend metal.
Why? Because it's a stone.
Because it's like a mineral.
Mineral.
But if you're water, then so fire, when they get super crazy, they can do lightning. Earth would be metal. Water bending is they can control your blood and they control your body. And then do one that. And then air, I guess you can make a tornado. I don't know what the big thing is for air.
I'd go water. It's cool.
Yeah.
Fire's pretty badass though.
I know, but I feel like you're just gonna burn shit all the time.
Or you could be a wizard and do whatever you want with whatever you want because you're magic.
You can do all of that.
I would like to be a witch.
I want to be an Avatar VO. That's the
Boom.
spell.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can make whatever you want.
You're in.
You can make it happen for yourself. I really want to be on Hogwarts. I want to go there and I want to meet the Weasleys. And I'm so sad it's not real.
I know. It's like I want to go. Well, first off, I don't know if we've had this conversation yet on here, but I don't want to go to Harry Potter World until I can boss out.
Oh yeah, and I don't want to go with my kid.
No.
This is about me.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
This is 100% about me right now.
I want to get a robe. I want them to pick a wand out for me. Like I want them to choose me.
Yeah.
You know, the light to turn on and be like, oh my god.
The wizard does not choose the wand here.
Right. The wand chooses the wizard. What does he say?
Curious.
Curious.
Very curious. Sorry, but what's curious?
Nothing.
The feather that lies in your wand gave another. Just one other. It is curious, and I know that. It's because I read the book.
I've seen it once.
Because I read the book.
Oh,
you wouldn't understand. I have them right there. Take Sorcerer's Stone home with you right now. I dare ya. I dare ya. You've got 2 weeks before you start work.
You're right.
Fall into the magical world of Harry Potter. Yeah.
Sydney, I need another one on my way.
Yeah. That'll be a great way to bribe you to come visit me every 2 weeks.
My mom's got 2 sets. Shout out to Lori.
Shout out Larisha.
She took me to a play this weekend. It was a Christmas present to see D. Evan Hansen. It was good. I
cried. You cried. You laughed.
I had 1 tear.
Oh my god.
1 tear dropped.
Oh.
It's like my mom sitting next to me. It's like I had it. I'm like, jeez, oh, please.
That would have been me. Max cried while we were watching Working Moms last night. I just want everybody to know that.
Yeah. Oh, because she was watching her daughter grow up, and I was just like, my kids are only 13, not even have a kid yet. But I just like get in my feels about that.
Dude,
I can't wait to be a dad.
Ever since little man turned 6, I'm like, what?
He's taller since last time.
I feel like 5 is the last year that you're like a toddler, like a little kid. Like you're 5, you're little. As soon as after 5, you're essentially 18. Like,
Essentially.
I'm so
Already
sad.
applying for apartments.
He's 6.
I know.
It also makes me feel 48, which is
know.
a big factor.
I was on Hinge and I was looking at this guy like liked my page and it showed his age was like 37 and
My
I was
husband's
like, oh my gosh, that's so old, and I'm like, that's only 10 years older than me. Like,
what is the oldest that you feel like you could date right now at 27?
I was gonna say 40.
I was gonna say 40. I think 40 is like
That
40
wouldn't be
and
bad.
below. Yeah, I think you could totally handle it. You might need a 40-year-old.
I know.
I have a few friends that I feel like
Stability.
should date up, like age wise.
Yeah, you've told me that before.
Yeah,
that
I'm like,
you
that's
see
what
me
you,
with
that's
an
what you
older
really
man.
need, an older dude.
I know.
I won't say which friend, but my dad thinks one of my friends, y'all figure it out, needs an older dude really bad. Like, that's all she's missing in life.
Just an older dude.
Mouth to me who you think it is. Put your hand up like that. Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
The other one?
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense though.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
a good way.
This is hilarious because y'all don't know who we're talking about.
Mysteries. Gotta keep it a mystery.
Mystery.
Daniel, if you're watching, I still can't stop talking like this, and it's driving me.
Oh yeah, he's using your cat voice constantly.
For everything. Just subconsciously missed that little boy.
So let's talk about our day. Max is here. So we're going to have real episodes to put out. So officially, now that we did all that long ass intro, welcome to another episode of the Max and Sid Show. I'm Sid.
I'm Max.
And this is our show. Let's talk about how my son almost tried to murder me yesterday while we were trying to be outside blowing bubbles, and he picked up the longest stick in the history of human history and was just fucking. Wow.
It's one of those that when you go real quick, it goes.
It was like top tier Switch. Like if you were to go get a Switch to get your ass whooped, this is the stick you should never pick. It was horrible, and he almost killed me 40 times. It was so stressful.
We were like this.
It was this close. I almost came to recording today with a welt directly across
Multiple
my
times.
face. It was highly stressful.
Highly entertaining on the porch.
So the moral of the story is don't take your kids outside to play. They're dangerous. Just kidding. Take your kids outside to play. That's
Fresh
mean.
air is not important.
It's mean to make them stay inside all the time.
I'm gonna sit on my hands this whole time.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but episode 4, Max was a wild man and wouldn't keep his hands off of the microphone. So there was a lot of that. So my bra makes my shirt do this weird thing. So if you happen to be looking at my boobs,
Mind your business.
mind your business. Mind your business. You know? So Max is finally here
Yes.
to film. It's been a few weeks. We had to take a few weeks off. Round of applause for Max because he is done with his semester and he fucking 3.45.
Hey,
Bow, 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 bow.
doing my best out here.
We're very proud of you.
Thank you, thank you.
There's 7 of you that are going to watch this. When you're at home watching it, I would like you to clap either in your head or actually out loud for Max because he did it.
One more year.
You did it. And we're very proud of you.
Thanks.
I would like to speak for all of YouTube when I say we're very proud of you.
Where's my? Did we get a YouTube trophy now?
Ting.
Put it right there.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So
Google
today
words.
we've already gone to SIP.
Yeah, we went to SIP and had tea. Saw the world's thickest white woman. It was wonderful. I had the biggest piece of avocado toast I've ever seen in my life.
It was like this thick.
It was so huge. Delicious.
Just the toast, then the avocado,
Then
and
the egg. It was a lot.
It was good.
I ate like a solid third of it and was like, that's quite enough.
I'm done.
Plus, it was embarrassing to eat. It was huge. There's a lot of people in there. It was a lot. I'm a lady. I can't eat like a monster in public. Just kidding.
My scarf.
I totally eat like a monster.
I had just this cute little panini.
He was trying to be romantic because the coffee boy was cute.
He was, but then he wasn't looking at me when we left, so.
He also looked 14 and a half, so.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it. Today's a school day and he's not at school, so he's gotta at least be 20.
Or 19 or 18.
Yeah. That'll get you.
Pedophilia.
No, thank you.
Happens. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. Dark joke. Sorry. My apologies.
I got water. I didn't even get a coffee. It's a coffee shop.
I got a tea.
Let me see.
And there was a British lady next to us.
Yeah, she talked to us because we made a joke about driving a moped to
Michigan.
With one of those rent-a-scooters in the city to Michigan.
And she loved it. She thought we were serious. She was like, "You're going to drive that thing all the way to Michigan?"
Love.
And I was like, "No, silly. No, silly." She was neato.
She wanted to hang out.
Yeah, I like foreigners.
It's cool. It's a different story.
I like British people. Every time I hear one, I'm like, "Oh,
Right by me?
oh my God, a Brit."
Thanks, God.
I love this. It's like twins. It's like when you see twins.
I'm a twin.
Neat.
But we're not.
You guys don't look alike though, so it's not exciting.
I know. I'm like, we can't even go to twin conventions. Just be like, what do you guys do?
Yeah, right. Fucking prove
Can
it.
you guys please leave?
Yeah,
This is for twins only.
get out.
Okay.
You know when we watched that Andy Warhol documentary, that was interesting. He had like a twin fetish.
Yeah.
That was neato.
People have said some uncalled for things to us.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? I used to want a twin so bad in my sister era.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, fuck!
That's when I wanted to be identical.
Yeah.
Sister.
And Mary Kate and Ashley, they also inspired me to really badly want a twin, but that's not possible. And I used to be really sad.
People that like absorb their twins in the womb.
Dwight Schrute from The Office, he absorbed his twin in the womb.
Yeah, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Cannibalism in the
At
first stages.
right.
Can't
Fucking
trust those
psycho.
people.
Yeah.
Dwight.
If you ate your twin, get out of here.
I think my
Fucking
buddy's wife
psychopath.
happened.
She a psychopath?
No, she's the sweetest thing I've ever encountered.
Huh? That's cute. When I was a kid, I used to get really pissed because I wanted a big brother, and I would yell at my parents all the time, like, "Why can't I have one? Adopt!" And they were like, "It's impossible." Don't say that.
In elementary school and high school, Eric and I, through those years, we hated each other.
Well, we went over this on our live the other day, but it's because you were an L7.
Yeah, right. I was the coolest kid on the street.
Name 3 cool things you did on your street.
Hannah Montana for everyone that was walking by. No, High School Musical.
I was gonna say I thought you were a High School Musical guy. Played the
sat
saxophone.
on my roof once.
Yeah. Remember the roof at Big Green? That was fun.
Like hope. Like, look at
You went on the roof.
We convinced our babysitter once that my mom lets us have picnics on the rooftop. And then
Your
she came home.
babysitter's stupid.
Yeah, and she came home and she's like, "What are you doing on the roof?" It's like, thanks.
Did you have like a place on your roof, or you just fucking
just
out here?
The window on the,
but was it like
shingles.
a flat?
No.
No. You're dangerous.
Yeah, and then we'd like walk out one bedroom and then walk across the little garage to get to the big garage, and then we'd sit up there, hang out.
I would never.
I think at one time Eric's buddies played their instruments up there.
Like a garage band?
Yeah, they were a garage band.
Whoa.
Eric was like the kid with the garage too. They taught how to play bass guitar real quick.
That's really cool though. A bass guitar? That'd be sweet. Jazz.
It was, like I hated them all back then, but it was pretty cool.
I want to play guitar so bad. I've been asking for a guitar for like 3 years.
It would just jam out. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
You can play the what? You can play the ukulele, right? A little bit.
I can play a couple notes.
And the saxophone.
And I can play the saxophone.
So I'll get my guitar.
Be a traveling band.
And you'll play the sax.
The middleman can play the tambourine.
Yep, and we'll be jazzy. What is the name of our band gonna be? Go.
The Max and Sid Show.
No.
The Max and Sid Band.
Let's do a band name generator.
We're not very good at names.
Speak for yourself.
The Max and Sid Band. It would have to be, ironically.
Band name generator.
Ironic.
Are we a metal band? What's our band? Thrash metal.
Okay, I don't know about that. Have you met me? Please no mosh pits, though.
You really give mosh pit. What's our word? What's the one word we're going to use to describe our band?
Our thrash metal band?
Anxiety.
Anxiety, yeah, that makes sense.
Anxious. Generate band names. It's generating. Anxious paralysis.
Anxious paralysis.
Anxious body. Anxious rigor. Heathen anxious mutilator.
The more words, the better.
Sin anxious one. Anxious steel corrosion. Anxious.
Anxious steel corrosion.
I think it. Anxious iced violence.
I like steel
It sounds like a
corrosion.
coffee drink.
Mm-hmm.
I would take an anxious iced violence with almond milk, please.
Only if you have enough, though.
Anxious illusion.
I really like the steel erosion. Anxious steel erosion. I'll take it.
What's your stripper name?
I think it's Mackenzie Gravel Ridge. This isn't like the first animal on the first
Street.
road. Yeah. We can just go with Mackenzie Gravel.
It's not hot. Sounds like you have a
Hey.
scratchy dick. And so nobody wants scratchy dick. That's gross.
Or we can go with the second road and that'd be Mackenzie Masters.
I'm a millennial.
Little dominatrix stuff.
You're into that?
No. But if I had my stripper name Mackenzie Masters.
This is a German website. I have been getting fucking spam calls for the last 3 days from Dusseldorf, Germany, and they won't get off my back. So if you're watching this, get off my back.
Leave me alone.
Get out of here. I don't understand what that is.
Sheen orders.
Don't tell people that I shop there. Fucking Malaysian children sew my clothing for 4 cents a day, and you're putting me on blast right now, and I don't appreciate it.
I didn't know that they did that. That's why I would never.
Oh, where do you shop? H&M?
This is so embarrassing.
Oh my god, we went to a thrift store today. I'll prove it.
It wasn't Malaysian made.
No, I didn't buy 3 Reese cups earlier. Mind your business.
Cute, huh?
Obviously, I thrift shop all my clothing is secondhand because I'm just trying to save the planet. That's all.
One planet at a time. Start with Earth and end with mine.
The aliens are watching this and they're like, "Wow, typical,
Pretty
typical
self-evident.
Earthling. You want to start there? That's why we're gonna come through and shut y'all shit down. The aliens are gonna come. Okay, did
The
you?
aliens have already come.
I showed you the video, right, of the Bezos or Elon, whichever one of those fuckers put the satellites up. I didn't show you that video.
Was it like the big... One of my friends posted on Facebook that they saw something that was like, and then it looked like a UFO, and then all the news stations were like, just a something. And everybody's like, no, I don't think so.
Me and Nolan smoking on the back porch.
Yeah.
Or smoking on the front porch, this thing zooming by. And he called me from inside the house and was like, Babe! What the fuck is that? Can you imagine just seeing that floating through the sky on a random day?
It looks like an LED light.
They can't see that.
You can see me looking at it. Hey guys.
But it was scary as shit. And we Googled it. And one of those billionaires put 60 satellites into the sky so we could have Wi-Fi in space, which I don't understand, but yeah. And I was like, y'all didn't warn anybody? Or if y'all were doing this? You know how many calls they probably got?
This is what I was talking about.
The red thing?
No, what? That. In the middle of night.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Let me show these guys real quick.
That looks like a creature.
It's their spaceship going off into light speed. In my opinion. Yeah.
That's creepy. That looks like some Avatar shit.
Someone was like, what'd the news say? No, it wasn't aliens. The SpaceX launch from Cape Canaveral before sunrise this morning created this dazzle effect called a space.
They're lying to us.
That could be seen above skies in Tampa Bay. No. Those are aliens. They came out.
You guys told us during the pandemic that aliens are real, and now you're trying to renege, and it's not working. I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
GTI.
Like, hey, they know about us now. We're on our way. We're going to come hang out.
Gym tanning, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm down for aliens, though.
Me too.
Only the nice ones.
I hope they're not mean. I hope they're like...
I want a best friend alien.
Me too.
Have you ever seen that show?
American Dad?
Nope. Neighbors. The Neighbors. Not the movie, but the TV show.
I was gonna say Seth Rogen.
No. But they're aliens. And they move into a suburb.
Boom. Fuck.
You're distracting. They created they live, damn it. They live in a suburb. Oh, that one got me in the eye. They live in a suburb in which, oh my god, you ruined me. There were aliens, and they came to Earth, and they bought a whole suburb, and then one of them moved out and moved back to the home world, so then there was a home for free, so then the humans bought the house, and then...
Do the aliens look like aliens or look like people?
They look like people, just because they can, like, change their appearance.
Shapeshift?
Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, you see them in alien form, and you're like, whoa, but it's hilarious.
You're like, what?
All name themselves after, like, athletes and stuff, so their son's name is, like, Dick Buttkiss.
O.J. Simpson. This is super old and random, but I was watching another podcast that I shall not mention on here, and they were talking about how every time somebody, like OJ got on Twitter during the Tiger King fiasco and was like, she did that shit. Carol Baskin did that shit. And I was like, OJ, first of all, you will never let us forget that you did that shit. Like, he's always subtly implying that he did that shit. Like, we all know you did that shit. It's fine. Like, we've let it go. We've moved on. And every chance he gets to be like, I know about murder, he does.
I've heard a thing or two about murder.
Murder? What? Excuse me, what? Somebody say murder? And I'm like, OJ, get off the internet. Sit down. Poor guy. Somebody burn you with a cigarette?
Where? You're the only... No, that's when that thing pinched me.
The door earlier?
The lock.
The lock?
Yeah. Got me
I'm so
good.
sorry.
It's not your fault. It's my car.
It's a bummer.
You wouldn't betray me like that.
You would think it wouldn't turn its back on its
It's like,
only
what are you
father.
doing on this side of the car?
You wearing shorts today? Shorts and a haircut? Okay.
Sydney's simping over her husband, you know?
He got a haircut today and looks good.
I wish I had hair like that. See that? Just this gum. That's nice.
It looks good on you. You like it. Little ombre.
Little ombre effect. Nice shirt.
Only appropriate for hair and not ever for clothing ever. Max has a stupid ombre sweater that I hate very much.
I feel like I'm dressed in ombre.
No, you look great. And the other day, someone asked him if his sleeves were wet. And I said, you see what the fuck I mean?
I fought so hard for that.
That's what happens when you wear stupid ombre clothing. People think you're wet.
Are your sleeves wet?
Are you?
No.
Why do your sleeves look like that?
It's like I dip my hands in the water.
Yep, you want to walk around like that. Like you dipped and you're halfway dry. That's what you want to look like with your life. So if you own ombre clothing, you're stupid and throw it away because it's dumb.
You don't think any ombre could work?
No, not on clothes. Ombre nails, go for it. Ombre hair, do it up. Ombre glasses. Your glasses are ombre.
Damn it.
God damn it.
I can't get out of this.
Fuck. Shit.
Everything in my life is ombre.
So one thing I did actually want to talk about, and I guess I'm gonna have to educate myself too because I don't know enough about what's going on with this. But Blac Chyna sued the Kardashians for defamation, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm assuming at some
Did you see her try to call out her baby daddies?
Tyga? Oh yeah, and Rob for
yeah, they were both like, no.
Bitch, you see your kid one day out of the week. She's crazy. And I fell down a rabbit hole one day, and it was like this, one of her like best friends of 10 years did a interview with some blog bullshit about her. And obviously we don't know if any of that is true. But I keep seeing videos of her like coked out at the airport. Like she's like, I keep seeing bad, like for the last like 3 or 4 years, I haven't seen any positive anything about her.
What's her real name?
Angela. I don't know her real last name.
See that coming.
Yeah. And her mom's crazy too. Have you ever seen anything with her mom? Her mom's a psychopath. But anyway, she sued the Kardashians for defamation and she lost. And it's like and then apparently she's gonna do a celebrity boxing match. And like she's clearly hurting for money. I don't know, honestly.
Kim's a lawyer. What did she think she'd win or something?
I just don't understand. Like this is I do not like the Kardashians. I can't. I don't. It's not even that I don't like respect the moves or whatever. Like clearly y'all did y'all fucking thing and you made like jillionaires out of all your children. I do believe Kris is 100% the mastermind behind the whole thing, but I feel like every black dude that the Kardashians date end up fucked up afterwards. And then they steal their culture vultures like fucking crazy. And then when they do it, they have all this, what am I trying to say right now? I know they like, I don't know, but I've heard that they have a lot of influence with like media and like press and shit. So like they can like control what gets put out about them and like they make sure good stuff gets put out and they, whatever. But the influence, like all these like big people, like these big high-end fashion brands and shit that work with them, like Khloe got cornrows one time and everybody was like, Khloe Kardashian invented braids or Bantu knots. She did Bantu knots and everyone lost their shit and Vogue was like, you're an icon. It probably wasn't Vogue, I made that up, but like that stature of people like hyped them up and they're like, Kylie Jenner is a mogul and look at her, she is fashion. And I'm like, they just take shit from black women and then they put it on and you guys lose your fucking minds and it drives me nuts. I cannot stand those women and the way they talk.
About their
God,
relationships go to trash because I mean it's just everybody's business.
No, I'm just saying though, like Lamar Odom marries Khloe, turns into a crackhead. Kanye was already full spiral by the time him and Kim got married, but that man has been in the sunken place for God knows how long, and he's gonna have to take some hard work to get back up because he's crazy. Tristan Thompson can't keep his dick out of it everywhere he sees. And Jordan, she's not a dude, but she's black and left that family in shambles. And I'm like, y'all literally like y'all love black people. Y'all love our culture. Y'all love our vibe. Y'all love our dicks. And then you also like this. I just feel like they have a bad effect on black people. Like when black people get around them, bad shit happens to them. And I'm like, I don't appreciate that. I don't like it. I don't know what. That whole family is like a fucking machine. Like there's lots of moving bits and pieces. And when you get involved with a family like that, I feel like they make you fit or you don't. And then shit hits the fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't really see a lot of them having like their own personal lives once they get together with the Kardashian. That is their life.
And then Kanye, like everybody, I hate Kanye as much as the next guy, but I feel like nobody talks about, like, those women are fucking crazy. So you keep seeing all this bad shit in the press about Kanye, and then he goes on Twitter rants. But if you look at it from the perspective of, as Kanye, like, I can't go to these places and get my side out because they control the media. So, like, the only way I can get my version of the story out is on my Twitter. So I rage tweet about shit. And people are like, Kanye's having another meltdown. And I'm like, Ori's sharing his side in a meltdown-y fashion. But, like, how are we supposed to get his side of the story? And I do feel like they're mad controlling and probably super manipulative. And, you know, we don't know what he's had to go through. They didn't help his mental state. I'll say that much.
No. But he's always been kind of, like, arrogant, right?
Oh, yeah. Super arrogant. But I also feel like, you know, when he lost his mom, everybody was like, oh, Kanye's wilding a little bit, like, which is understandable, like, totally understandable. But he definitely started losing it when his mom passed away, and then just really fast spiral down. And it's a sad. I want him to come back to black people. Like, come on, Kanye. You can come back, but you gotta act right when you get here. Don't do that shit again. Like, that's how I feel like the black community feels about Kanye. And he's like, nope. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Nah.
Just say sorry. Like, he said slavery was a choice. Like, if you have the mindset of a slave.
Harriet Tubman on his shit list or whatever.
Yeah. Like, nigga, what? You know, it's hilarious, and I don't know if it's true. I heard Harriet Tubman knocked out babies, like, on the trail to freedom because they'd cry, and she'd be like, nigga, we can't have that. But that's what I'm saying. When all it said was knocked out. So I'm like with
medicine,
chloroform?
Right.
Or not that that's better, but like, or was she just like punching babies in the face? Because that's what my mind went to, and that's funny as shit. Like, not babies getting punched, but that's funny. Like, that's funny as fuck. She was just knocking babies out.
Good for her.
But also, shut the fuck up. We're trying to be free.
Yeah.
Like, shut that baby up.
About?
Fucking. You can go back. That'll be some shit to cry about. Gosh. Come on. Stop it. We trying to get free real quick.
Miss, your baby. Catherine, we told you about this.
Catherine is not a slave name.
You're right.
Uridale. That's a slave name. What's a slave name? I don't know. That's a weird question. We're not going to talk about it. Let's not get into that. Ew. Slavery, right? Sucks.
No.
Sorry, guys. It's awkward and I don't know how to stop it. I'm just making it worse, digging it deeper.
So she didn't win the court case.
No, she lost. Blac Chyna lost big time, which is not shocking at all. But I was just like, I feel bad. Like, I just feel like nobody stands a chance against them. You know, like if you have an issue with them, it's too many. And then your other baby daddies, the other sisters, fucking, you got a lot of people like ganged up on you. Not to say Blac Chyna's not insane, but also not the fairest.
I wonder how it'll go once the kid's old enough to like.
Their kids are pretty old. I mean, it's not like they're 2. They're like their kids are like 6, 7, like little man's age. So, in the first one, the one she had with Tyga. That little boy, he's got to be like fucking
28 by now.
He's close to it. Because that was way early in like the Lil Wayne Tyga days. That was a long time ago. Kylie's had 2 babies since then with a whole nother nigga.
Stormy.
God, I hate the way they talk so much. I've met one human being in my life who talked like that in real life, and I won't be too explicit, but when I worked at the museum, she trained me, and she was like, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it took her like a minute and a half to say 4 words, and I was like, wow, I've never met a human who really talks like that. I thought it was a joke, like on SNL and shit. Like, what's that bit on SNL, the skit where it's the California people? Yeah. She's like, oh my God, I'm going to get stuck in traffic. I'm like, so.
And then they're looking in the mirror like.
What's that guy's name? I love him. Is that Fred Armstead?
Yeah.
I love him. I love him. Funny. And Bill Hader.
So weird.
Yes. I hate SNL now. It's stupid.
It's not good.
It's not. It makes me sad. Because we grew up we had Seth Meyers and Tina Fey. And like, I love Michael Che. But I don't find him that funny on SNL. And I'm proud of Keenan for being on SNL for 83 years and breaking records. But also, like, level up, my nigga.
He has his own show.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, Kristen Wiig. Keenan deserves, I know that's, okay, whatever. Politics. He's black. He should have gotten his own show a long time ago. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know why we're congratulating Keenan on being SNL for 87 years. We should be like, nigga, get out of there and do other shit, because you should be. Like, you should be, but that's not his fault.
He's the best on there.
Yeah, but everybody was like, good job, Keenan. 35 years on SNL. And I was like, are we supposed to be proud of that? Because
Isn't it a stepping stone?
Yeah, isn't this supposed to be the beep, and then you go on like Kristen Wiig and Seth Meyers and everybody. Seth Meyers has his own late night show now, doesn't he?
I think so.
I think he
Late Night
does.
With Seth Meyers. That's how it's like a show.
The Max and Sid show with Seth Meyers.
Late Night with Max and Sid show.
And Seth Meyers.
And Seth Meyers.
What was the bit? Bill Hader, the bit where he was this guy.
Oh my god, I hate it. He can play the creepiest
Tattoo
characters.
shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, the best.
So terrible. Do you ever watch Mad TV?
A little bit. My favorite was Miss Swan.
Stewart.
Oh yeah,
Stewart.
Stewart.
I don't wanna. What I can do?
Nothing good ever happens after Look What I Can Do from a kid. Or it's either like they get hurt, which is the more likely thing to happen, or it's the dumbest shit ever.
90% of the time.
Look what I can do. You're like,
look at this dance move I learned. Yes, it's great.
let's talk about how my son has a beautiful singing voice. Like in actuality. He really likes to sing. I catch him singing all the time. Like he's always singing. And in the shower, yeah, he really likes that song a lot. I don't know how it happened. I played that album for like a week straight when it came out. And then one day he was just like, roll down the window. And I was like, you like that song? And he was like, yeah, stick. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm playing it. I'm doing it. I try not to listen to naughty music with my child in the car, but he likes it, right? All of his favorite.
He doesn't know what it means.
I mean, it's just, this is random, but one time, one of my friends that's a male who has a child, we were in the car, me, Bria, and Ashley were in the car with him and his child, and Bria kept cussing, and he was like, Bria. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then he proceeded to play the most vulgar song I've ever heard in my life. And I was like, sir, what is the difference between her dropping a couple bitches in the car and this nigga rapping about everything? Like, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
2 and 2 together?
No, 8.
6 in one, half a dozen in the other. That's from that Things Lori.
I don't know what just happened. That's from
Things Lori Bunker.
Lori Bunker. If you're watching this, I love you more than Max, and I know you don't believe it because he's your son, but I promise I do.
Do you call her 6 times a day?
No, but I will.
Yeah, me neither. Embarrassing for everybody. No.
People are losing their mind in my DM. I'm sorry I posted you. That might have been rude. Is it rude? Is it rude to report strangers and post them on your story?
I feel like if you were making fun of them.
I wasn't. She was thick. If she would have walked over and said, oh my God, were you just recording me? I'd been like, yeah, girl, that ass is fat.
Do you want my number?
No.
No.
No, I do not.
No.
I hit on a girl one time, and it was like, I was like, I'm going to do it. And Brie and Ashley were like, do it. She was thick as fuck. I don't know if you know this, but black women, if they're bald, they're automatically thick. Like, if you have a short haircut, automatically thick. And if you're not thick and you cut your hair off, you get thick. I don't know how it happens. It just happens. But every, like, short haircut black woman is thick as fuck. And this girl was thick as fuck. Like, it was insane. She had on red pants. I'll never forget it. We were at this bar, and she was she was beautiful. And I was like, I'm going to tell her how beautiful she is. And they were like, no, you're not. And I was like, yeah, I am. And they were like, she's going to hit on you, or she's going to think you're hitting on her. And I was like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. She's fucking beautiful. And I did, and then I told her, and then she was like, take my number. And I was like, okay. All right. And then I called her right when she gave me her number, and then she hit me up that night at like 1. It was like, what are you doing? And I was like, guys, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God. And I just never responded.
Do you remember that girl?
It was at Bar Louie in Matson, Illinois. So if you're watching this, if you ever see this girl and remember that, I was too nervous. But you were beautiful. Sorry.
Do you remember that girl that served us in Chicago? She was
at the margarita bar thing? Like, oh my God. I couldn't stop thinking about it for it was like the next day until I got over it. The whole rest of that day, I was like, you should have seen this waitress we had earlier. She was thick as fuck. She was, though. That was some crazy shit. And she was Hispanic. and she's waist was this big, and then just bow, and it was natural. You could tell. I'm really good at telling natural versus fake. I'm really good at it.
It was nice. So,
It was great. I love. Yeah, that's what's the beautiful thing about women is that we're like our body shape, like we're beautiful. Like, so you don't have to be gay to admire a woman, but y'all not great to look at. Boards, unless you're like fucking good.
He's got a triangle back.
Triangle back. Triangle back. That's it? Yeah. Big shoulders. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just saying, you have to be like, even not like a super fit woman is still like pretty good to look at. It's pretty solid. Like, even if you're not like in great shape. I'm like, yeah, like that girl at the coffee shop today. She wasn't in great shape, but that ass was fat. And I enjoyed it. Enjoyed every second of it.
So women, don't be worried about men anymore. Be worried about this girl. Come for that booty.
I always say that to Nolan. If we ever get divorced, I'm gonna find a stepmom for our son.
My brother always says that if him and his wife get divorced, he's gonna find just the trashiest
girl
smoker. Yeah, some girl that's like, fuck you and your mom.
Never wears shoes ever.
Yeah.
And if she does, they're half on, half off.
One tooth might be chipped. And she works at a gas station.
Nice. Mm-hmm. And her name's Tammy.
Yes, Tammy Lee.
Tammy Lynn. Mm-hmm. Tammy Ann.
Mm-hmm. Something.
You don't have to tuck your shirt in. Nobody can see your butt crack.
Scratching my back.
Oh, I thought you were concealing your butt crack. Nobody's back there.
So he's making me wear a very small shirt.
And not. He brought a very small shirt, and it's not even that small. Stand up. Let the people see it.
This is me. I guess.
Don't pull it. Yeah, spin it. Spin it around. 360 it. It's not that bad.
This is me.
He's freaking out. He's like, my shirt is tiny. And it's not.
Feels tiny.
When you just bit your lip and your little dimple showed when you were scooting down, that was nice. The boys are going to be like, ow! Oh, shit.
There she is.
I have a dimple sometimes, and I have to make weird faces to make it happen.
Dimples! And my sass is because the angel came and kissed me on one cheek, and then I was a little shit, and she couldn't get to the other one, so. You just must have been a little shit.
I guess so. I was an angel.
The angel was like, nah.
I was an angel.
Not today. That's what the angel said on that day.
Well.
You were an angel today.
Goddamn right I am.
Sheesh.
You're no fun.
You can't even tell what I said. I had my hand up.
I saw it because I was looking at the screen, jackass. We're going to go on some adventures, and I have a super sick event tomorrow. Is today Thursday? Mm-hmm. Tomorrow night. So we'll have lots of stuff to say in the next couple episodes because we've got lots of adventures for the weekend.
We're going to go to a garden next week.
Botanical gardens.
Next week's episode. All right, gang.
Stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye.